a beautiful afternoon. You're welcome to your favorite social media program, The Buzz. I am Rose Blossom, and I'm super excited to be here. It's Wednesday, and it's the 4th of June, 2025. Well, I have my guests in the house. I have my co-host, Patricia. Patricia, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Rose Blossom. Okay, it's good to be here again.
It's always good to be here. And I'll just introduce our guests because our time is already running very, very fast. So we have
So they understand why I'm laughing.
Well, it's been a hot seat already before we started, but what can we do? We have a senior journalist and lecturer, Nuruddin. It's good to have you on the show, sir.
Good afternoon, Blossom.
Good afternoon,
I know
sir.
that if you have a way not to introduce me. But anybody that knows me one-on-one knows that I'm a complete gentleman. Yes. Hardly for me in trouble. And I go straight to the point.
Okay.
And I say it to it.
What is true, Patricia? Stop it. Stop it.
He's not always our guest, so we must support him.
No, I'm not going to support you.
You're welcome to the show.
Anyways, yes, we have Shagun Shopito, who is the chairman of Both Art Network, and of course the public analyst. Thank you for coming on the show, sir.
It's always a pleasure, and I wish the viewers could
Can see the behind the scenes.
and the one we have been fighting.
Yeah.
It's war and warfare.
Okay, so we have the first we'll be talking about, but before that, I want you to know you can be part of the program by calling in or by texting us. But when you're doing that, indicate your name and where you're calling from, and if you're texting, please indicate your name and where you are texting from. So yes, you're welcome aboard to join us on the program. Patricia, what is the first story for today?
Awesome.
Yes.
Hot seat again. Is it the House of Rep implement 7 years jail term? Okay. So the House of Rep representative is considering a bill that seeks to impose a 7-year jail term on a 5 million fine or a 5 million fine on anyone found guilty of giving or receiving bribes in workplaces across the country. The bill, sponsored by Paul Namdi, Enugu is Solzi Federal Constituency and 3 others, aims to curb bribery in both public and private workplaces. It is slated for further debate when the House resumes on June 7th. A copy of the bill obtained by Sunday Punch defines bribery as the offering, giving, receiving, or soliciting of anything of value as an inducement or reward to influence the actions of an employee or agent in the workplace.
Okay, so well, it's a lot of long read,
Yeah.
but of course we know that the offer is if you accept bribe or you're giving bribe, you accept, you are the one giving the bribe. Of course, you have punishment for
Offering.
that. Yes, offering bribe, however it
And
is.
receiving.
So just know that it's a jail term. 7 years is jail term for you. But you know the amazing thing is under the comment section when this was out, a lot of people were like, you should definitely start with the leaders and the politicians because that is where we have most of these things going on. But I want to start with Nuruddin. This is an amazing move. But to be honest, can this actually work in this country, Nigeria?
Well, for me, there is nothing new in that particular bill. The only just thing what Paul Unambashi, what he has done is to make that bill to enlarge because EFCC Act 2004 as amended talks about bribery also. So, but the only thing that this bill has done is that it has enlarged it. That is not only in public enterprise, also in private organizations.
Yes.
And also some companies also that solicit or a director or any office or private organization also covers it. And also there are some companies too that they use type to offer bribe too. Also is, to me, is a very good bill. The people has to law, but it needs some certain passion. Where there will be specifically politicians too. You know the way they socialize private, because you can't call politicians to be in public service. You understand now? They don't categorize themselves. In the area of payment, they categorize public servants. That is where they calculate them, but they collect more than what is in the law that they should be paid. There are some money that is unseen inside our law that they are collecting. So they need to be specific there. The way they specific organization, private organization, director, a public servant, must bound for 15 years. They should not particular, okay, a politician, either in legislative, judiciary, or executive, that offer bribes or collect bribes. Instead of going for 10 years for some people, they should go for 20 years and be banned for life from any political office. So they can pass it to that. By that time, the issue that Nigerians are talking about, that you start from the top, they've already started from the top like that. It is not left to our judiciary. It is not left to our judiciary when they bring that kind of case to follow the rule by the letter and the spirit. So that is the thing. But anything that we do to really fight corruption, because Nigeria is gone in the area of corruption. Corruption is everywhere, either in public sector, private sector. The one of private sector is just that private organization that wants to make profit, they know how they safeguard and reduce it. But the one of public service, tell me that nothing you want to do in any local government. Let me tell you, let's start from birth certificate. Do you know that your child that is less than 14 years, you're supposed to go to any local government and have the certificate from public sector, because population census has office in every local government. So if it is less than 14 years, you have to go there, collect it free of charge. But get there, they will collect money from you. If care is not taken, if it is above 14, it's supposed to be 1,000 naira. If care is not taken, they will collect 5,000 naira from you. What are we talking about? You want to collect anything from local government, you must pay. You want your file, especially when a contractor. They've turned corruption to PR. And PR is different from corruption. They say PR. If you have a land in Lagos State, you want to do anything in the Ministry of Man, go there and be speaking to Renji. Your fund will not move from one way to the other. It's not peculiar to allow that alone. All the state government and federal government. Can you get a contract without giving people a bribe? This is what this kind of law will really need, but they must let it to be encompassing. Let it go beyond ordinary Nigerians. Even we want to see the way we saw Farouk Lawal, although it was later given pardon. And we don't, they should even put it there, no pardon. Especially for politicians, no pardon. If we can do that, then I think we are a very good way to better Nigeria.
Okay. What do you think, especially from the private sector? Because I'm looking at it from this way, even not just the private sector, for the whistleblowers, somehow maybe you get to know who whistleblowed and told the company, let's use the private, told the company head, and they've told the company head to always report to them so that they could do the judgment. And maybe in this form, don't you think it will even lead to more bribery? Because the person might say, okay, let's cover up for me, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to have percentage. Do you think it's something like that's why I said, do you think it can actually work in Nigeria, especially the private sector?
Well, I think the first thing excuse me, I think the first thing we need to understand is corruption is endemic. It's a culture. It's that bad when deep trouble, because people don't even know. When you know you are doing something wrong, but you shall go to and you go pretend.
Like you don't know.
And then you do the wrong thing, but your conscience is judging. In this country now, people don't know that certain things are wrong anymore. They don't know. They genuinely don't know. So when you try to correct them, they're just looking at you and saying, what did I do? Okay, so that's where we are with the issue of corruption, which bribery is an extension of. And if you look at it from that perspective, I think that this is a cosmetic action that will go nowhere. In fact, for me, I think it's a waste of time. This is not what we send these guys to be doing. Honestly, these guys are not serious. We have more than enough laws, whether it's the EFCC Act, whether it's the ICPC Act. All of them apply in different ways to public officials and private sector officials. So if somebody commits an offense, bribery related offense today, There are enough laws to try them. I don't know exactly what this law wants to do. Maybe by just adding one or two little spices here and there. But that's not the issue that is deadly in our country. You know why corruption is endemic and why it has become a culture, why people don't know whether it's right or wrong anymore. Just cast your eyes. Let's step back small to a smaller issue. Traffic. In this Lagos, in particular, when you go to Kano, go to Abuja, places where they have traffic issues in certain clusters, but in Lagos in particular, who are the people that beat traffic? Who are the people that beat traffic lights? In this Lagos, who are the people? Police.
Army.
Politician. You know?
And the boys on the street.
Big boys. Big boys. VIPs. You know, Nigeria is a very, very, you know, I don't want to talk so I don't sound as I love my country to bits. But I hate our behavior. You know, I hate the way we conduct ourselves. In fact, I was joking with my wife the other day. I said, look, I can take the angel that God said to go and put me where I'm supposed to go. He mistakenly flew over Sweden. He left Norway, left him. And so I don't know why he brought me there. So because these things annoy me. So my wife is to be complaining when we're driving. Because I'm always like, look at this one. Look at this one again. I'll carry phone. I'll record it. Like, what's wrong with us? The reason we are like that is that our leadership is like that. Because our leadership, the culture of impunity is about it's their right to be above the law. Please understand that. Once you become a public official in this country, you earn the right to be above the law. It means that you can kill. I'm not joking. It means you can actually kill a fellow human being and nothing happens. And that's what you believe. Do you understand? So they say it. You've heard it several times. When somebody is saying, who was that guy that was saying, I will kill you. That is the thinking of the average politician in Nigeria. Right? Therefore, in order to fix it, the solution is to fix it from the top. The signaling is coming from the top. John Maxwell says everything is and falls on leadership. So, the solution, this guy that wants to solve bribery and corruption problem, he should be pushing, is that public, Mr. Adegbenro thought that political public official, public office holders, that is whether you are elected or appointed, they should have their own special law. Not against bribery, against corruption, embezzlement, and theft of public funds. And the punishment should be capital. If this man knows that it's serious, you prescribe the death penalty.
And 360 members will pass that kind of
That's I'm telling you, they are serious. Not this rubbish they are going to present to us. They know they want Nigeria to change. And they know their lives. And they know that the law will not catch them. They should pass an anti-corruption act. Specifically for politicians and public office holders that makes it a capital offense to steal public funds. Then you will see Nigeria reset. It will happen in less than 1 year. And I have proof. The day Buhari became president in this country, 2050, I will never forget.
First 6 months,
the fear, this reset that happened in public spaces, in offices.
You know the number of people that return money
were afraid. Fear caught them. The country reset just on body language, on reaction of Buhari. That Buhari, because anybody that is old enough remembers what he had done for just almost a year and a half, just a bit over a year and a half in 1984. So the reputation that preceded him made people to change their culture. They quickly, everybody, things just fall in place. All of these things disappear. But what are they doing? They were waiting to see. So now imagine if Buhari came out during that period and got the National Assembly to act like this.
Oh my God.
That makes it a capital offense. Only by death. That if you steal money, you are going to be hung in public. By now, only God knows what would have been. Unfortunately, Baba Buhari was a cat. We thought it was a lion. I keep saying it. We thought it was a roaring lion that came to the house. It turned out to be a Muslim cat. Meow. So,
because of his age.
Which age? was still 72 when he came now.
Okay.
It was not so old. But I think that the point I just made before is that we need to take it from the top.
Right.
And dissolve it. And solve it. This one
is nothing. Okay, let's pick this one before we move on. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Oh, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Yemi from Yanabaja.
Okay, your name, sir? Yemi from Yanabaja. Okay, please go ahead. We're listening to you.
What that man is saying can never work in this country. Let me tell you something. Who is going to do so? Can you tell an arm robber to make love for another arm robber? So, look, my brother, I'm living with I like Mr. Gero, I love that to speak from Mr. Gero. Because he's a very good man, I like him. He said things the way it's supposed to be. You see, this country, let me tell you something. Like that man that was speaking like this, we have to start from the top. Even at the local government level, if the councillor is moving in Carola, you think that Jesus Christ is moving. That is the mentality. You see, if you can look at China today, investment, corruption attracts the penalty in China. So if you have to use that penalty in China, and that is applicable to Nigeria, then that means all the politicians, and everybody in the political space will be against them. Because there is no politician in this country that will tell me that he has never, he or she has never had a presidential office. None of them, from the president to the chancellor. All of them are feeding fat on all of us. We knew so many politicians in Nigeria that we were supposed to feed before. So then they have almost lost all the houses in Nigeria. You can imagine the supervising chancellor and the school level going in a village station.
Okay, all right.
Do the mining of US, former US president. When he was the vice president to Barack Obama, he couldn't afford to, when he left as the vice president, he couldn't afford to take the hospital of his sick son in the hospital. He took the intervention of Barack Obama to him to make that rule. Can that happen in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much, Yemi. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you so much. Okay, well, we've heard it.
let me quickly give you a rejoinder.
Okay.
So one of the biggest problems we have is we ourselves. When we say it can't happen in Nigeria, we are validating what the politicians are doing. We're telling them that they will not do with it. So the starting point is for us to decide this can happen and demand for it. Look, let me tell you, anything that we agree as citizens, that is what we want. That's what will happen. So let's stop saying it can't happen.
It can't happen. I think maybe the situation is
where will it start from?
It's not true. It starts from you and then demanding for it and saying this is what we want. Once we agree, we will do it.
For one thing, there is that a lot of things that we've agreed we've not done.
It's not true.
Public pipe on water.
It's not true.
That meant
we have never agreed.
we have never agreed. That is another thing. That is another thing.
Also, what you are giving excuse on his behalf and say, do you know how difficult it is? I think it's easy to do it. That's true.
It's true.
We have never agreed. Every single thing that we have agreed on publicly, especially in this age of social media, they always backtrack.
Yes.
Always.
Because if you agree that they should continue stealing our money, because you agree,
they continue to say what they can do now. They will do it. They will be happy.
Okay, well, let's read this one here where it said, this one is also issued from Dr. Musa. Says, enacting laws is not the issue, but my plan is enforcement. Well, we always say that here, enforced implementation. We just picked another call. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, can you hear me from the studio? Good afternoon. Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, I have one information about I have one of you guys saying about if somebody kills something, nobody or whoever that ends after them. But what happened to our party? Protector, who consulted who did it on the protector is the one that wanted to change. There's no corruption. So you see, corruption cannot, you can't stop again. If
Everyone is a citizen. Russia has it.
They are free to and they're both
Yes, sir.
so thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
You get an
So even NEPA. That's why I said even NEPA. I mean, even WAEC, if you go and collect a child, you will drive there to collect.
Okay, let me read this message before we go forward to the next topic. This one is afternoon proof. For this rubber stamp Senate is the worst in history. They only think about their money and luxurious lifestyle, and their eye service for this government. You haven't passed electoral reforms. They didn't discuss on the insecurity. You haven't passed bill of execution of any corrupt people in power. They didn't pass state police bill. They didn't remove your president for his incompetence, visionless and wasteful looting of our national cake.
I think to the tone of that.
Where they have turned the people to beggars, and of course, due to the obnoxious policies, the nation has become a gangster pattern. And now you want to make it mandatory for people to vote. What was done to MC Olomo and Agbero, stopping people from voting in Lagos, saying if you don't vote APC in 2023 elections, you go home. Also, remember they said this mandate. They said on his mandate, they shall stand. I know this is from Dio, definitely.
Wow.
I want to know. Well, it is a shame. It is a shame that one of us is ruling the best of us. Well, anyways, like we all said, implementation enforcement is the key, and we need to start from our leaders. Somebody will say, stop calling them leaders, call them rulers, because they are definitely not leading.